Alright guys, so now that we have Koala set up and it should be running, so make sure it is. I'm going to make sure that's running so that it auto compiles. And we're going to start with the header and the navigation and all that. Yeah, Koala's running right here and it's going to auto compile. Alright, so I'm just going to minimize, whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to minimize that. And we're going to go into our index.html and get rid of the h1. And let's also give this a title of gallop here. And in the body, we're going to create our header. So our header is going to have a class of main header. And then we're going to have our nav. So we'll put in transparent. We want a class of transparent so that it's see-through. And inside here we'll have our div with the class of nav wrapper. And let's see, also for the nav, I'm going to set the z depth to 0 so it has no shadow. Alright, in the nav wrapper we're going to have our branding logo. So let's see, brand dash logo. And we'll just have this go to index.html. And for the brand, we're going to say gallop here. And then underneath that A tag, we're going to put our collapse button. So it'll be an A tag with the class of button collapse. And then I'm also going to give this a class of show dash on dash large because I want it to always show the collapse button. So this is going to have an extra attribute of data activates, and we'll go ahead and set that to, let's say, mobile dash nav. And then inside here we'll have our icon. And the icon will be the menu. Alright, now we can't see anything because it's transparent, so don't worry about that just yet. Underneath the A tag here, we're going to have our UL. So the UL will have a class of right, and let's also do hide on medium and down. And then we'll have an li. This is going to have a class of active, and then we'll have an a tag, and this is going to go to index.html, and this is going to be the abstract page. That's the home page. Okay, and then what we'll do is just copy these down. We'll have two more. So in addition to, actually let's get rid of these active classes. So in addition to abstract, we're going to have logos. So logos.html. And then also gaming. Gaming.html. And now the side nav is going to go, let's see, right under this div here, we'll say ul dot side nav, and we'll give it an ID of mobile dash nav. Alright, and this is going to have the same links, so just copy those, except we're going to get rid of the active class. Alright, so if we save that, we can't really see anything except the active class, the active link of abstract, and if we hover over these, we can see those as well. So now what we want to do is go under the nav, and we're going to put an h1 with the class of center, and we're going to say I do graphic design, and then let's put an h4 center, and then I'm going to put my name, but feel free to put your own, and we'll save that. So this is basically our header. Alright, now we're going to have a background image for the header that's going to be a pattern that repeats. So what you're going to want to do is get the images from the project files. Alright, so I'm going to go to my folder gallop here and then img. And in your project files, you should actually have a gallery folder inside the image folder, and then also the pattern. So I'm going to paste those in. So we have this pattern here, and then in gallery, we have all of our gallery images. Okay, so let's go to our SAS, our main.scss, and what we need to do is import materialize here, because I want to be able to use variables from materialize. So we can simply do @import, and we want to say /materialize, and down here let's do our header styles. So I'm going to actually use a variable for the header background. So we're going to say header-bg, and we'll set that to URL, and then let's do /img/pattern.png. Now you don't really have to do this. It's just makes it easier so that we have the image up at the top inside of a variable, so we can easily change it. Same thing with header height. I'm going to create a variable for that, and we're going to set that to 300 pixels. Alright, and then let's see, for the main header, we're going to say background, and we're going to set it to the header background variable. Color, I'm going to set to white, and then the height I'm going to set to the header height. Okay, so we can use these variables wherever we want. I'm also going to set the margin bottom, and it's up to you what you want to put in variables or not. But margin bottom I'll set to 30, and then now I want to style the H1. I want to set it to margin 0 and add some padding to the top. And with SAS we can nest the H1 inside here like this. Okay, normally we would have to do like main header H1 like that, but with SAS we can nest an H1 inside here, and it'll only affect the H1 inside the header. So we're going to set the margin to 0 and say padding top 30 pixels, and let's save that, and now it should look like that. Actually, let's see, this is covering that, so let's switch places. The brand logo and the data activates, the button collapse, we're going to switch places. So I'm going to go underneath that A tag and then paste that in. Alright, so that's better. And then if I resize it, that goes in the middle. Good. We also have to enable the side nav, so just like with every other project, we're going to take the button collapse class, and we're going to call .side nav. And there we go. So now that we have the header and the nav bar done, in the next video we're going to go into the materialize variable SAS file, and we're going to mess around there. We're going to take a look at some things and change up a couple things. Alright, so I'll see you in the next lecture.